I'm 100% Salvadorian. I was mom, dad, and I was born over there. So there's no mix in here. It's 100% Salvadorian. So that's where the amount comes from because obviously, the gang. But it's more like, you're not a gang, but you're part of there, so you're mad automatically. So that's what.
You sold a $1.6 million sale. What I want to know, what was that? Did you sell Shaq a house or who's a client? $1.6 million.
That's a good question. Actually, no, it's not Shaq. It's not a celebrity. It's basically a really good client of mine who, believe it or not, I actually met at a liquor store.
At a liquor store.
At a liquor store.
Now I got to ask, how do you make that conversation happen? Like, how does that happen?
So, I was at the old office, and there was a liquor store right next door to my office. So I went over to buy some water, and this client stops by every so often, to get his drinks. And
water, guys.
Yeah.
Water.
When we were in there, I started talking to him, and I introduced myself to him, and I said, "Hey, by the way, I'm a realtor next door. Let me give you my business card." And originally just approached him as, just two guys at a liquor store getting some drinks. And then I gave him my business card. He says, "Are you good at selling homes?" And I said, "I would like to think that I am." And I said, "But you could always put me to the test." And then he laughed and he says, "I'm going to put you to the test one of these days." We shook hands. We went on our way. He was driving his working truck. So you can imagine at a liquor store, not driving a fancy car or anything like that, but I basically introduced myself to the gentleman. A few months later, he calls me. He says, "I got these 3 lots I want you to sell for me in Eagle Rock."
That's it.
And from there, I think we're basically about 5 or 6 transactions with this family.
Oh, wow.
Now.
So this is not a one and done. This is a relationship you have.
Yeah. It never is with my clients, to be quite honest with you. I'm always calling them, keeping them in touch with the value of their home.
Right.
I'm consistently, emailing them updates on the market and so forth. So most of my clients come back and they also refer me family. So it's never just a one-time sell, move on, shake hands, thank you very much, and it's over. Not with me. With me, it's like I want to be your agent for life.
Now, I know for a fact, 1.6, I start doing the math here at 3% or whatever percent. That's a nice check, right? So one of my good mentors, Mike Oyoki, always says, it's not what you make, it's what you keep. So at your old brand, your old office, this commission check probably would have cost you $5,000 or $6,000 in broker fees, right?
I did the math myself, and I'm like, wait a minute. I would have paid this couple of $1,000s, And I said, wow, so it was nice to be able to keep that money. But, again, my way of thinking kicked in and said, okay, well, you don't just put the money in the bank and just let it sit there. No. So now we're reinvesting the money. And one of the things that I wanted to start this year was a mailer system. So now I'm starting the year with about, $5,000-$6,000 in an account.
Extra savings.
Yeah, in an account, in a marketing account that is basically strictly for the mailer system. So let it kick in, and has closing income. And obviously I pull more because, to be quite honest with you, public $6,000 in marketing, it goes by real quick in this business.
But that's just one deal.
Yes.
How much real estate are you going to sell in 2021?
So 2021 goals is 35 sales as a single person. I know we have a team, but the team is basically my escrow officer, my TC, and so forth. But my goal is to close 35 transactions, and that's going to be a pretty nice income.
So we have a cap here at the office. So if he sells 35 sales, he pays the office $19,000 or whatever our cap is. Bro, that's a lot. But cheers to savings. I've known Arlen for, I think, five or 6 years. But what I don't know is how in the world did I meet Arlen? Like, I don't know how we connected.
I think it all came about, from Los Guapos. I think you wanted to join. I think you wanted to get jumped in, and you were asking to. But no, it's basically, so we have, a little group of friends. We call each other Team Los Guapos, and Jose somehow, some way ended up being part of it. And that's how we connected. We never actually spoke business. We never spoke about joining. We never spoke about anything other than it was just, a mean war of each other and then making fun of each other and just having a good time. And from time to time, having some masterminds.
You joined our office about maybe 6 months ago, half a year ago. How did that come about? Because truly, sometimes I look and like, shit, Arlen works here. Not that I forget, and I'm excited. I'm very happy to have you here. But how did that come about? Because
Yeah, I think last year I approached you about a couple of times in regards to businesses outside of our business.
Right.
So obviously we can't sell real estate forever. We can only buy so many investment properties, and I had an idea of venturing outside of the business and maybe start doing some flips. And I know you're good at that, so I approached you with a couple of questions on that. But also, venturing out into other businesses, which is also something you were looking into. So we had that connection. And at that point, I said, well, if we're gonna talk about that and take a step towards that, why don't we just, join in? Next thing you know, I'm calling you. I'm being, hey, I'm going over. Do you have an office for me?
yeah, and
And now
to
we're
be
here.
honest with
Yeah.
you, that's his office right behind us. And when he made that call, that office didn't exist. So he called me. I said, dude, I would be proud to have you on board, and let's build you an office. So you joined, and you're killing it, clearly. So besides sales, what are maybe another 2 or 3 things that you want to share so your people know?
So I know the goal is to do those 35 transactions, but the ultimate goal is to go past those 35 transactions. And so in order to do that, I know I'm going to need some help. So we talked about hiring some telemarketers to come in 3 days, 2 hours, local kids, or someone that's just looking for a little bit extra cash. I do pay well per hour. I do give bonuses, and I give all that stuff out to when I've done it in the past. So I'm looking to grow the team. I'm looking to hire a couple of other agents as well that can come in, and we can not be under me, but just be together and then just making a bunch of sales. I never believe of being the guy here and everybody else below it. We all got to be in the same page, in the same level, looking eye to eye, and everybody with the same goal and just going out there and killing it.
I love it. So if you know Arlen, guys, if you're a friend of Arlen, he uses his word all the time. And I want to ask you, what does this mean? Mara. So he uses Mara this and Mara that and Mara this. And he means it like in a cuddly way, I think, in a nice way. So, for those that don't know what Mara means, what does that mean?
Mara is just a slang, word for, someone that's from El Salvador, Edwin,
are you Salvadorian?
I'm 100% Salvadorian. I was mom, dad, and I was born over there. So there's no mix in here. It's 100% Salvadorian. So that's where the Mara comes from because obviously, the gang. But it's more like, you're not a gang, but you're part of there, so you're Mara automatically. So that's what Edwin calls himself, Mara as well. Victor Ortiz is Mara. So anyone within El Salvador, we basically refer to each other as Mara, but it has nothing to do with anything else.
Is there anything that you maybe want to share before we call it a day? Maybe ask a question to them?
Well, again, some I think are still out there wondering, like, why I left and came into, another company. And part of the things was, we follow each other. But one of the things that I saw was you were posting videos from your agents that was that more of a realtor. More than just a realtor.
More than a realtor.
More than a realtor? Okay,
Yeah.
More than a realtor. And I like those videos because, it was basically just got me thinking, like, why don't we start thinking more than just a realtor? Why don't we become investors? Why don't we become this? Why don't we do this? Why don't we venture outside of a business and open up an insurance company, open up this, open up that? So as I started triggering, started paying more attention to your videos and so forth. And I said, okay, I think it's time to go somewhere where my mind, my vision expands into other things, because again, I'm only going to sell homes for so long. There's only so many doors and units that I can buy myself, but what else can I have growing that will make us money while we're sleeping? And that's one of the main reasons why I'm here, and
I love it.
I'm excited about it because I know that there's going to be big things coming.
Yeah, so guys, at the end of the day, I think what Arlen definitely touched was a model that I like to post or share. It's small steps, big vision, always thinking about what's to come, what are you building for your family, for ourselves, for your community, right? Yes. He did mention something about potentially hiring some marketing telemarketers in the future that can become team members. So let's close it with that, Arlen. If somebody's interested in buying a house with you, selling a house with you, investing a deal with you, or applying for that telemarketing position or a team position, how do they get a hold of you? Give them your Instagram and your quick number. By the way, he's married, ladies, so don't be messaging him at all hours. Work hours only.
Right. So the info will come at the bottom of the video, but my cell phone number is 323-304-9729. My email is easy, my first and last name, arlenperla@gmail.com.
I love it. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, This is a gentleman who just closed a $1.6 million deal from somebody he met at a liquor store. So guys, people say real estate's tough, real estate's hard. You know what? If you're dedicated like Arlen, if you show up every day like Arlen, if you pick up the phone every day like Arlen, it becomes easy. It becomes easier. So guys, I hope you enjoy the video. I hope to see you guys in the next video.
See you guys. Should we talk about the coming soon office for Team Perla?
No, that's top secret. Let's leave that for the end of the year.
All right, good.